So again, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So again, as I was saying, right, like I have no problems when, I'm being, she come at me in a respectful way. Hey, I don't know if you remember, but, I got my trip coming up Pennsylvania. We talked about this months ago. She's like, months ago. I'm like, how am I supposed to remember that? And on top of that, the way she just did that, like called me about something else, telling me, okay, I'm going to book the flight, then call me back to tell me about, oh, I just booked my trip to next week to Pennsylvania. I'm like, how did that come about like that? Again, manipulation, these sort of manipulative tactics that she does, look, hand behind him. See, again, they get the under one behind us with the white one and the black one. So again, that's just to show you guys, right? They're hilarious, man. Let me tell you, they are hilarious. See what I talk about? Sometimes they try to say, well, black women and white women are teaming up, to target me or have you. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, for real? What? Really? It's like, But again, I understand this is my target. This is what they want to make me believe, right? And this is, again, they give this false notion that everybody, and it's not everybody. They do have a large number of people engaging in your targeting as a TI, as in my target as a TI, but it's not every single person. All right, so don't believe that. All right. Again, this is part of their manipulative tactics to try to, label you when shit doesn't go their way. When they try to railroad you and they fail, then they want to, again, go read about Course of Persuasion program. Okay, this is what they do, right? This is the sort of manipulative tactics that they use. Okay. Whereas, if you don't do what we say, then we're going to make you homeless, or we're going to label you again with a mental illness or what have you. Anything to make sure that they have the outcome that they want, and you as a TI have a negative outcome, right? Because again, they got to sell the narrative and they got to keep up the lie. As Dr. Ray Higgins said, when you've been when they, those like the Catholic Church, the government, when they've been telling lies, particularly in a group of people or a person, and they're profiting from that lie, in whatever capacity, they have to keep up that lie to make sure that no one understand and know the truth, right? Because then when you understand and you know the truth, then guess what? They can no longer, well, I can't say that about religion. People have been so indoctrinated with religion. It's incredible, I should say. Maybe I'm using the right word. It's amazing to see the level of manipulation and brainwashing that religion do to the minds of people, right? So yeah. But anyhow, so the barber I usually talk to, I see he was actually wearing a cross today. And I'm like, damn, I'm surprised, man. But again, that's these so-called Christians. They are basically, they lie. They will go undercover to infiltrate religious groups in order to convert them into their belief system, right? And see, and this is why I like when I subscribe to Rabbi Tolliver, who has taken on the effort to, reconvert Jews back to Judaism by pointing out the truth, right? And I shouldn't say the truth, but in terms of his belief system, Judaism, and pointing out how Christian misquote and misuse the Old Testament to talk about the prophesizing of the coming of the so-called Jesus Christ. Right? And so he makes a very good point. And some of them I have to say, He nails it. He nails it on, so when he confronts these Christians, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. And he says, he's talking about Isaiah and the prophesizing of Jesus. And he's like, Isaiah wasn't about prophesizing about Jesus. Okay? Because they always like to quote Isaiah 53. So he's like, well, you got to go back previous text, right? Previous verses, right? So I go back to like Isaiah 41. Read from there, right? And then, but the Christians pick out certain verses in the Old Testament to talk about the coming of the Messiah of Jesus, right? And again, the prophecy didn't say his name was Jesus or Yeshua, right? It was a totally different name, right? Particularly in the Christian Bible, the English Bible talks about it says Emmanuel. That would be the name. So where did the name Jesus come from, right? So these things that you gotta, and when you ask them that, they don't know what to say. They'll come up with some BS excuse, But if his name is Emmanuel, why are you calling Jesus Christ if it's supposed to be Emmanuel, right? Because Emmanuel don't translate into Jesus, no way. You know what I'm saying? But this is the lies that they tell to manipulate others into believing it. But like I said, they're liars and manipulators, and if you don't believe what they believe, they will manipulate you, they will lie on you, they will attack you in ways that you wouldn't even think that these people would do, and they call themselves good Christians, right? I mean, imagine that. Okay? So yeah, they're not about being good Christians. They're about, again, manipulating you, brainwashing you into believing lies, and that's why they contradict. That's why their mindset is that of a contradiction and that of hypocrisy and lies. You say you are what you believe. So if you believe in lies, then and you, especially when it comes to the biblical text, whether it be the I would say all biblical texts really, is based off of not of mythology, right? It's not true, and a mythology is it. I wouldn't say put it in the realms of lie, but it's storytelling, right? It's myth, right? But when you try to make it to be true, then that's a lie. Okay? So unless you're putting it in context, but then you try to put it in the realm of it being true and historical and factual, and it's not. So that's where the lie comes in. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.